What is up, Kingston? Welcome back to the battlefield. Oh, look at his artillery. He's already flying, killing some horses already over here. Oh, actually, no, man. That's just rocks. But anyway, guys, welcome back to more NTW3. If you're new, this is the most glorious mod for Napoleon Total War that you will ever lay your eyes upon. It is talk about the most historically accurate Napoleonic battles ever. Today we have a 4v4. This is going to be a fun one. So we have, well, on the coalition side, we have two 9-point Prussias, a 10-point Russia, and a 9-point UK Netherlands. And actually, what's kind of cool about this is they didn't really bring as much of the... They did what I like to do with this 9-pointer. They brought, like, Brunswick and, like, Dutch, almost all specifically. They even brought these, like, sleek-looking sappers. Look at these dudes. Actually, we have a cav charge happening here. Some light dragoons running away. And they also have artillery setting up. Not really any, actually, I don't think they brought a single UK unit. Like, props to them, because UK is always a fun faction, but very, very easy, in my opinion. Like, obviously, it's not super easy. Looks like there's a little bit of teasing happening here. The cavalry running back and forth. Some lancers scaring off these dragoons. They want this hill. The UK want this hill with their artillery. But, as I said before, let's not forget the other factions. So, on the French side, you have a 9-point France-Flanders, a 11-point France-Russia center, a 10-point France-Österreich, and a 7-point Russia-Sud. So, you know, some really powerful French armies on the field. Looks like this is where the center of the action is. In fact, the UK are probably going to be a little concerned here. This is a lot of dragoons. This is a lot of cavalry pushing up to this hard point. Like I said, I mean, hopefully they're going to push up some squarables, because then this cavalry engagement that France will throw at them is useless. The Prussians still push it. It looks like Prussia actually over here, this 9-pointer, just holding the line. He has a lot of artillery, as you can see. 6 guns total set up on this left side. He has some guard infantry, then a bunch of like line infantry, fusiliers, and that such. Even some Russian units, I think. Yeah, he has some Russian units mixed in. So, and then of course you can't forget the other Russia. Russia bringing cavalry for days. Like, I mean, not tons of cav, but he has really good dragoons. I gotta say, the dragoon. Anytime I see Russian dragoons in the field, it's just like them and the UK cav, like heavy cav that the UK can bring. I fear it. Like, I respect it, and I will take that threat seriously. I love this cavalry with the black breastplate and the gold trim, just the drip. And then, of course, a bunch of infantry, some artillery as well. UK, not the UK, but the Russians. I think the faction straight today. I love their uniforms, especially the guard. Let's see if we can find it. You have grenadiers, it looks like. But they seem to be curving up here to this right side. A lot of grenadiers in this line. Going for the flank here. They have cavalry set up right here. France maybe going to push up on them. Looks like they have, oh, hussars. And then more line infantry over here. Is this guard? Oh yeah, we have some voltigeurs. Oh, they just disappeared. Poof, into thin air. So definitely a huge concentration of infantry. Now, the one thing I'm concerned about, Prussia's not pushing, like, whatsoever. I feel like they should be trying to defend their ally. I would want them to be pushing up to here at least. We do look like we have some Landwehr that we're trying to push out here. Oh, horse artillery is going to have to scramble because this cavalry is going to threaten them. But definitely France advancing in the center here, right against this UK. And the UK are kind of stuck out here. They're really exposed, and there's no Prussians to defend them. Prussia's kind of just sitting here on the side. I'm a little concerned about that. Just because if Prussia's going to sit back here, if I were the French, I'm sure these guys, yeah, they're not hidden, so the French can see them. I would be like, you know, this is the perfect striking point here. Hit this UK while they're isolated. And that's right, they are definitely isolated. We do have some more Prussians pushing up. Hopefully, this Prussia will reinforce the UK. But this is where I would hit. This is what I would hit right here. And I believe they're probably going to do it, and that is because Prussia is not supporting their ally. At all. In fact, look at this. They're going around the flank. This is perfect. the Russia Sud, the France, is way here on the flank. Push your army up here to support your ally. Let them meander around here. Let your artillery pummel them as they're pushing up. Leave maybe this back line of reserve to kind of hold that river with some cav support. Leave your artillery to pummel that 7-pointer and push the rest of your infantry up to defend the flank of this UK. Now, I hope the UK don't try to fight and die on this hill. Artillery is never worth dying for. Despite the excellent position and the drip uniforms, it's not worth it. Not worth it. But let's see what the UK end up doing here. They have stakes deployed to defend their militia, so not a bad choice there. Is the artillery even able to hit, or is the angle is going to be a little too much for them? I would have put the artillery up here to defend the flank. But let's see what they end up doing here. They are holding with some of their... I love these uniforms. Also, those who are asking about the sound mod thing, it's just something I'm working with the Lords. Like I said, if you can message me on Discord and ask more information if you want about it, and I'll give you the info, you know. Okay, so Prussia is shifting over here. 9-pointer versus 7-pointer, basically. Artillery is also shifting over. This is the thing, guys. 7-point France. This infantry... I like how someone put it in the comments when talking about the 7-pointer. Or it wasn't even about the 7-pointer, but this infantry, someone described another faction, and this is perfect for this faction as well. Oh, cav. I'm gonna say, these guys don't want to be here. They're a fight, but they don't want to be here. Their morale is not the greatest. It does look like some cavalry charged up the hill and died. Some cavalry defending. Looks like Russia is pushing up here on the flank. France is advancing quite solidly. They have a beautiful artillery position. The nice thing is the UK have that hill they can hide behind. Their artillery is not going to get to them very easily. But you can see France, they got the mass pushing forward here. And the UK definitely want to not face this if they can. This is the 11-pointer right here. Yeah, this is 11-pointer right here. This is the kind of army I bring as 11-pointer. Massive infantry, grenadiers. This is the Italian Guard units, and they have some Polish infantry. Not the Vistula Legion, but still some Polish infantry pushing on the flank here. UK are going to have a bit of a problem. Oh my gosh, a huge Carabinier charge! Or Carabinier charge. There is a square that can be formed here. Still, though, a lot of 11-pointer does not have squares. You have to depend on your guard unit. Still driving back the French, stopping them from being able to push up super hard on the flank. We do have cavalry charging the Prussians. Some of them, not really a whole lot of them, able to form square. And, this, oh man, come on, Prussia. Don't be like this. Don't be like this. Holy smokes, that is going badly. Let's see what's happening over here. France counter-charged in with their cav. These Carabiniers are going to have to try to fight. We have some French cav dragoons and Polish infantry charging in against the UK. Already looking very, very messy. The French can start pushing until I push right in this angle right here. You know, oh my gosh, even more cav now cycling in. The UK trying to hold with the light infantry. Can they form squares in time? They do. So, and they also countercharged here, but squares once again were formed on one of them. So they're going to pour that Carabiniers out of there. French infantry going to push up in trouble, definitely. This French infantry pushing up. Cav and infantry of Prussia trying to countercharge here while they start pulling back. They need to pull back a bit of their line. Because it looks like France is just overwhelming 9-point Prussia. 9-point Prussia is not reformed. They need to pull this whole line back a lot further. Reinforcements, Prussia 9 pushing up. Russia needs to start really hammering this flank as quickly as possible to put some relief on this UK because they are taking the brunt of this charge here. And it does look like the UK managed to pull away a little bit. This cav is going to be hitting squares. This UK is probably the best for holding off the French 11-pointer. 7-pointer still charging in, just peeling away the flank of Prussia, and Prussia's not reforming fast enough. They are getting just eaten away by the French on that flank. And it does look like some cavalry is coming over to help, maybe defeat the Prussian. I mean, this is, guys, this is bad. This is what's so bad. It's like Prussia 9 is losing, although I don't consider this a lot. It's attacking from 2 different directions. That's okay. But the cavalry hopefully will start doing this, because this 7-point France is not necessarily the greatest equipped to take a shock. Russia's actually holding. Their center line is holding. Now let's check back here. The UK did have to abandon their position. I'm glad they did that. That was a very wise decision. They didn't die on their guns. They fell back, and guess who's approaching? The 9-point Prussia is going to reinforce, so France is going to smack right into them. It does look like the UK is actually coming over to help out here on this side. Oh my gosh, we have some Cuirassiers charging into this battle as well. This is turning into madness. Total, absolute chaos on this side of the field. Prussia still trying to bandage their cavalry. Totem pumps, it looks like, in the field. Yep, some of the greatest hussars that Prussia has to offer, trying to stave off the French. Over here, guys, huge mass rout by France. Of course, there is the guard here. Of course, that's going to help a ton. This cavalry can pull back now. They used Ulanen, they used Landwehr, basically, and France is just... it's kind of stalled out a little bit, and I mean, they're trying to use their Cuirassiers charge up. The UK definitely helped out. France still pushing here, but I think the UK managed to get away, and now with Russia threatening the flank, France couldn't really push in here on this flank. They had to kind of pause, and this 11-pointer is still trying to push his troops up. But like I said, the UK, they had a lot of L4s. They were able to run away, and now Prussia can form up. Now, hopefully they can form up and meet this French attack head-on, and they'll get some nice, clean volleys off on them. Prussia over here, they still have a concerning flank. They really got to deal with that flank. They need some counter charge in to buy them time, I think. Beautiful charges on the side of the Prussian. It does look like Garde du Corps. Oh, wow, Garde du Corps in the fight. No wonder they were able to hold this side. They sent in their best heavy cav, as well as their guard, like their guard cav is in the mix here, guys. Still some French. I'm not sure what's happening here. I don't know, but oh, these guys are probably exhausted. They're sending in the cavalry in coordination with some exhausted guard infantry. Russia actually is saving this a little bit with the cav support. Over here, this battle may start to turn. I think France has lost their momentum they had going into this fight. Already lost their momentum. There's some Russians now pushing on the flank, skirmishers with grand artillery battery. This is a beautiful position. Look at the skirmishers set up below the artillery. The artillery just firing over, going for infantry and artillery. That is a beautiful position. I love strategically placed artillery. It is just a gorgeous thing to see. Now, even though Prussia got bested in the beginning, props to them. They are holding as best they can, using their cav and infantry, holding their line steady. Russians are getting some nice kills here on this French army. Unfortunately, it does look like Prussia is breaking around the corner, so they may eventually be killed, but they are stalling as best they can. And next, we have Russia now joining in into the battle. They have cavalry of their own. Both sides can just like dishing out some solid, deadly volleys. Now, Russia is not going to do as well when it comes to just volley fire. But they can definitely stand for some time. They got a lot of infantry. They got a lot of mass. They obviously are going to want to eventually have a... hold that thought. We have a cav charge once again. Maybe trying to go for a general, trying to go for some infantry, trying to stop the coalition dead in their tracks so they can close in with infantry. But this Carabinieri, which the UK taking this C4, huge payoff, because they can defend themselves against the French cav with this heavy. They're going to stop infantry from attacking and cav from attacking. So it is, they're using it very defensively. I love that. I think they had two heavies. Yeah, the other one there was very, very dead. Another cav charge here. Landwehr. They have a nice charge bonus against this Chasseur Cheval. The 9-point Prussia now seems to be just trying to get away. Artillery set up, trying to fire. Can they get some canister off on the French? Looks like the Prussians just have to retreat and try to delay that 7-pointer as long as is humanly possible. And of course, I missed another glorious cav charge. The Russians set in the grenadier, or the dragoons and grenadiers here on this flank. Oh, they have the Swiss over here. Oh, yes. The Swiss. And some, like, heavy French cav. So Russia definitely is, they're going up against some tough stuff here. Oh my gosh, huge mass charge here in the center. Cavalry trying to defend as Russia goes in for melee, and you can see here, I don't know what this French cav is doing, but there's too much Russia here for them trying to push through and attack more of the Russians that are pushing up. In fact, France seems to be having a mass melee rout here. Look at these grenadiers, they're smacking up the French line. Beautifully done. This distraction here seemed to work. And then the cav in the back lines going for the artillery piece. France seems to definitely be unable to hold back this Russian onslaught. Now France still pushing, Prussia and UK just delaying. Especially with Russia starting to win here. Prussia still holding back the 7-pointer, but barely. They have lost over half of their men, and you can see starting a mass rout here. They have, what, 2 units left? Some cavalry, that's it.
Now they must break.
Oh no, the cav, the Russian cav in the back lines, killing a general. And now this France is in trouble. This is the 9-point France Flanders right here. And they just had a devastating blow struck to them. And now they are trying to retreat, having lost their general. And now they're going to be stuck in melee with Russia. The brawling madman that Russia is. They are doing beautiful. They brought tons of grenadiers. We have some cavalry going for skirmishers here. France still trying to push on Prussia. Oh man, they're going for a square. Did they catch him out? They did. Well, that was a nice stroke of luck here, breaking a squareable, or 2 squareables. The one squareable could not form square in time, but still France is on borrowed time, guys. Look at Russia. Russia has swept the floor with the 9-point France Flanders, and France doesn't have much left. So even though Prussia over here has broken, exchanging a 7-point, or I guess it's a 9-pointer on each side now, because Prussia 9-point and France 9-pointer are both dead. And that leaves a 7-pointer, an 11-pointer, and a 10-pointer versus a 10, 9, and 9-pointer. So still a dead even fight, guys. Despite that, however, I feel like this battle is so far away from the rest of the coalition. It's going to take a while for the 7-pointer, who's probably very exhausted, to push up here, versus Russia, who is right here on the flank of France. So I still feel like the advantage is still in the coalition favor. Man, you don't see a lot of Prussian Guard, so it's very cool to see Prussian Guard units. I think this is Prussian Guard. As Russia now rolling over, they have plenty in the Carabiniers too, so the coalition is definitely going to want to start pushing this right flank. As the 11-pointer seems to be falling back, they need to consolidate. In fact, they need to fall back to their 7-pointer to then be able to pursue this battle, because they are outnumbered point-wise, and I'm sure there's still part of this 10 or this 9-point Flanders that can still fight. So there's still some French left. We will see what the French strategy is now. I don't think they realize, but I don't think these stakes will kill the coalition. So they're hiding behind stakes that aren't going to actually provide any protection. But, I mean, the 11-pointer was wise to fall back. This is some very chunky coalition left here. And they're shifting over their land there. These guys can stand in a fight for a very long time, especially if inspired and protected by some guard units, which we didn't really look too much at this Prussia, but this Prussia has some good units left as well. And a lot of good Cavs still. Coalition have played very, I mean, both sides played very, very well, considering this. Wait, is this 9-pointer coming back? They did. Alright, well, this 9-pointer needs to, like, stop. He needs the men just to literally stand there and do nothing for a while. Otherwise, as soon as they walk up to the enemy, they're going to rout immediately. Especially with some French coming back. Still, man, I'm liking this battle. I'm liking it. It's a good one. Horse artillery can set up in this position here. That's a beautiful position to defend. Artillery actually is already set up, it looks like. But here we go. Looks like we have some Carabiniers. Dude, I gotta say, guys, these uniforms, especially for this officer right here, I love the helmet. Actually, I don't think that's the officer. I think it's like the... Is that the officer? Oh no, he's dead. No. Okay, so we have some counter-charging here. Dragoons going in against Russia, who cannot form squares. Oh, Russia needs to be very, very cautious here. However, France sent that in just to save and buy them their infantry time to form up again and prepare and get some artillery to focus down those Carabiniers. More Prussians are going to start pushing over here. I think having the artillery sit right here to defend the left side and pushing this right side is a wise strategy. Especially considering, oh wow, France is still here on the flank. Now, the nice thing for the French, they can hide behind this hill as well, and this artillery is almost pointless. I mean, it's going to be able to hit this corner, but what the coalition needs to do, I mean, I get that they don't want to hit the 7-pointer. Like, that's a very wise thing. Let's say 9-point Prussia is still trying to rest up. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa! Does appear that some Carabiniers charging it, counter-charging here. Trying to stop the French cavalry from encroaching on the territory. Oh my goodness, another huge charge by the French. However, some cuirassiers in the back of the French. That may be it for this French attack. However, they are starting to break a lot of the, oh my gosh, there's so much happening right here in this little valley. It's like Valley of Death.
Our men are running, sir.
So much cav charging in here. Even some lancers now going in. Oh, more Carabiniers charging in. French infantry charging the Russians, trying to break this 10-pointer before the reinforcements from Prussia and the UK arrive. Oh my gosh, more cav charging down the hill. Could you imagine? Like, imagine you're charging up this hill. You're like charging up, and then you just behold this huge, vicious battle, and then you're charging right into it. Right into it. However, it does look like France is dead. Just too much cav striking them down. The cav going in the back, Russians and UK just overwhelming that French army. And now, even with that vicious charge of the bayonet by the French, Russia is going to be the victor in this battle. 11-pointer very much alive still, and they're going to need a 7-pointer to be a meat shield, because 7-pointer has a lot of chunky units. And then they can attack here, because they have a lot of troops still on the field. Prussia formed up to meet them. However, their left flank... Okay, so the 7-pointer actually is over here. So the 7-pointer is going to reinforce the left flank, which means the 11-pointer is going to have to battle that out with Prussia. That's still a lot of troops on the field, guys. We're only at 32 minutes done in this battle. And, I mean, most of the armies are definitely still very much alive. In fact, Russia looking quite dead. I mean, they have put a lot of heart and soul, blood, sweat, tears, death into this fight, and they don't have a lot left. Some sappers taking a bayonet charge here from some guard units. And they have to advance up this hill. Look how steep that hill is. Oh, and Cav charging down. Sappers charging in for that artillery piece as well. Some Prussian hussars. There goes the attack of the Dutch. The Netherlands are pushing up to attack up this hill. And sappers have already taken the top of the hill, and they are trying to hold it until the reinforcements push up. And it does look like the coalition is trying to put as much pressure on the French as possible before the 7-point Russia Sud can get into position. And those sappers, man, MVPs, they cleared the top of this hill. Look at that. Totally cleared it. And now the UK are retaking possession of the hill that's taken them so long to get up. They did it. They won their little battle for the hill. Yeah, see, France is not even going to try to take the hill. They're just going to defend the other side. I mean, they have a flank on the UK. I'm curious what they're going to end up doing with it. This 11-pointer seems to be getting real close to the Prussians. And the one thing Prussia is going to do well, it's volley and shoot them to pieces. Oh, yeah, that's... Oh, man, they're dropping them. They're dropping them. And the cavalry's pushing up too. Oh, they have heavies. These Prussian armies just have the cav and infantry to hold up against the French. It does look like the UK are taking a pause here. They need to rest up. Russia needs to rest up. They have cavalry left. Carabiniers from the UK left as well. They have artillery set up on this hill. Oh, man, where are they shooting? Because that's a juicy target right there. This is an 11-pointer right here as well. Oh, this 11-pointer has troops over here marching back up along this valley. The Valley of Death, man. So many troops have died here. Looks like we have some Polish attacking. Polish and Russians, that's a bitter feud.
Our men are running, sir.
It does look like France is just... I mean, Prussia just needs to push here. They are going to win this fight. They just got to stay back far enough away from the French to not be able to be bayonet charged. I'm surprised these Crossyears haven't done any attacking on Prussia yet. Prussia would be the juicy target to hit. They don't have a lot of squares, guys. They got to do something before this cav does something. Oh,
Our men
what?
are running, sir.
Oh, the artillery struck down. The cavalry is just... It's rare to see France get out-caved, but this battle is definitely Prussia and all the coalitions had so much good cav, and it's really paying off for them. So Russia sent in some grenadiers. Oh, the artillery's dead. Is that a general charging in? No way. That's a general staff charging the guns. Well, they're going to get charged in kind by some light dragoons. They're going to want to get their butts out of there. There's the general. There he goes. What a mad lad. The general's like, you know, I'll do it myself. Hold my telescope. Or looking glass, whatever. Alright, so like we said, we see some 7-point Russia Sud for France over here. Over on this side, the Prussian cav is already starting to put their pressure on. And the Crossyears, ooh, actually they routed some of those C5s. But still, France is going to get chewed up by this Prussian shooting machine. it's cool to see after so much fighting, the French still having troops left, you know? Like, massive armies. I mean, looking at the results, I have them right next to me. I mean, French all, like, the coalition all have, like, almost, like, the UK have 1895. They have almost 2,000. Everybody else has, like, 2,000 men at least. And on the French side, 26, 19, 16, and 1,700 men each, respectively, the armies. So all the French even brought a lot of troops. I do see a cuirassier unit in through the smoke here. We may see some action, but you can see the Prussians know it's coming. They have a square right here. They're pushing another square here. They are preparing for this. France has got to make their move now, because they're about to get shot. Should probably tell those Landwehr to stop shooting. Here we go. Oh yes. Still a beautiful thing to see. Now they did clip the edge of this square, but they were going for this unit and they slipped through. I'd consider that's a good charge. However, the French should be careful because this square will destroy the flank. Don't know if these guys managed to form square either. But oh man. Oh man. France went and dealt with this square, and now the heavies can push up. Prussia's in a bit of a pickle here, as this heavy calves can just continually push forward. Now they are getting caught in a ring of fire. They should have pulled that cav out before. They're about to lose it unless the general inspires. Pull that cav out, get it out of there, get it out. Okay. I'm not sure how clean the ending was. I'm not sure. I don't know. I know France actually got a chance to even impact these. You usually don't want to pursue. You pull the heavy cav out, rest them up, have your French infantry charge in, and then charge in once again. Still, Prussia needs to put some pressure on this flank now. They held the center. Oh wow, France is actually charging in here. However, some Carabiniers, see, they're holding the line. They're holding back this French attack. It's one of the reasons you need heavy cav, in my opinion. Now we have some Dutch infantry. Wow, charging some French. Oh no, they point blanked up. They're dead. They're gonna break. Now the Carabiniers are charging forward, you know, not a bad strategy, but they're going to break, unfortunately. Still, they force the French back, and now the UK can actually do a nice charge here. France, like, they tried to go for Prussia. Unfortunately, Prussia just had the cavalry. Once they lost their cuirassiers, this left side is a done deal, Prussia winning. And looks like France is starting to lose on this side as well. Now maybe they can bring it back. But with Prussia, they're going to start pushing up on the flank, and it's going to be over pretty soon here. Oh, see, the coalition ran away for a second. And now France is immediately going to pursue them.
The men are fatigued, sir, and must rest a while.
Oh yeah, see, Prussia's pushing this flank. This France's only hope is to quickly beat down the enemy and push up. Kind of curious here. So what's interesting, I'm painting some minifigures, some Perry minifigures of the Swiss, and the officer, how they told me to paint him. Oh, there's no officer here. The officer is like in all black. It's kind of weird. But yeah, the overcoats, those look right. Yep, the uniforms, although... Yeah, the tassels, although I have Grenadiers, Voltigeurs, and all those. The Voltigeurs actually are red, blue, with the yellow epaulets and a yellow hat, like a yellow rim and all that. So it's a little different. Still looks pretty close, and this is just a line infantry unit. Yeah, the coalition is just falling back and letting Prussia push forward at the same time. And France is just going to go straight for them. They're not going to wait for the Prussian door to close on their flank. They're just going to go straight at them. Every gun on them, sir. I like this battle. That was a really nice battle. You know, it was beautiful. Like, I was concerned when Prussia... I don't think they should take that fight against 7 points here. I think they should have pushed up and helped. Imagine if they had pushed up and defended the UK flank, and France had pushed in, the Prussia all of a sudden appears on the flank with all that nice, juicy cav they had. Maybe it could have worked, because it would have taken Russia Sud a moment to go across the river and across the forest to get there. They could have been pushing up and defending, which is why you always stick with your allies so you can defend each other. Because you saw how these other coalition players were playing together, and they were defending each other, cav going in with each other. It was beautiful. Rather beautiful. Oh, more cav charging in. I don't know why the UK, I do know why they would want to fall back, I guess, you know. The Prussians need to be pushing a little bit more on the flank here. So right now they're ignoring this whole French army, and the UK are trying to do it all by themselves. Go directly sideways. The nice thing is, I like how the UK, this is actually, I've done this before, you peel off like your best shooters, your army falls back this way, and you pull them back on the flank. And then you sneak them up again, especially with skirmishers too. You sneak them up the flank and start just pinging away at the enemy, pinging away at them, you know? Especially these depleted troops here on the flank. That is the weak link of the French army. Those guys have been fighting. They've been in a fight for a while. They're probably tired. Probably a very, very easy target. Granted, these guys are probably tired too. They've lost, you know, some men. 50% casualties. Keep attacking Prussia. Save your ally. What is this? This is a general v general? It is! General versus... Oh wow, they both broke. Ha! That's actually rather funny. Both generals lived to fight another day, but they both ran away. Oh, look at this! The UK are making their last stand here. The French are trying to encircle them. Alright, if the UK can get some nice frontal volleys as the... Oh my gosh, that hurt. That had to hurt. Yep. Here we go. Okay, come on. Let's see if the Polish can get a charge off. Oh, nah. And they got a flanking charge here. And now they're in charge. Oh, the Swiss going in as well. But the morale's so shaky with so many friends routing the light infantry on the flank here. That may be beginning of that. However, they are dicing up these... this center line. I still love the black uniforms. I love them. You know, they're so gorgeous. Really hot in the summer, I imagine, but still gorgeous. fast forward just a little bit here. Looks like it's just kind of like a finishing up of the remainder of this French army. Let me tell you guys though, nice, well played battle, and all the players got at least 1,000 kills. I think one of the French armies got like 990 kills. You know, like basically 1,000. So still, like you could tell it was bitter, a bitter fight, and you could tell. I mean, there's a lot of death on the field. I mean, look at this. Look at that. All along here. Now, evaluating what maybe went wrong. I'm trying to think here. This French army just got attacked by Russia in melee, and I'm not sure if France was trying to go for melee too. I think they just got overwhelmed and didn't have the cav support they needed. They did a very good job of breaking down the 9-point Prussia. And then when they're pushing here, once they hit that stop where the momentum was not working and Prussia and the UK and all of them were sitting here, and it looks like there may be a race for LOCs here. Let's evaluate LOCs. I think there's one. Is there 2 LOCs? I think there's enough time. They have enough time. They have 12 minutes, and they're going to one of them, and the one's way up here. They're going to take it, I think. I'll keep just talking while we'll watch them rush for the LOCs. Yeah. Oh, what? There's a whole Russia Sud. Oh, man, this Russia Sud could have done so much good over with the other French army. I feel like they could have. Maybe not, but this cavalry's delayed them while Prussia's going to rush over here, try to take it. Because keep in mind, guys, if France takes one, but the other one's taken by the coalition, it's a tie. LOC tie. Which, you know, that's very possible. Very possible ending. We have some brave French troops here trying to delay the Prussians. It doesn't work. This is madness. I mean, Prussia is definitely making a beeline for it. You gotta wonder, though, are their troops any good for melee, and what's in here? So regular line infantry. Don't know which one it is, but, you know, maybe they'll do some good. But what I'm saying is, once they made that attack and they saw that it wasn't working against Prussia with the UK standing, they could have shifted over to the other side and hit Russia, especially when Russia was counterattacking. It looks like the 7-point Russia's Sud for France reinforced that side. But then the 11-pointer was pushing on Prussia. They probably shouldn't have. They should have tried to be as defensive as humanly possible so that, because Prussia definitely just shot them to pieces and then used their heavy cav to bully them. Now, maybe if they fell back, it would have made 9-point Prussia actually push as well. And now it does look like actually France has the other LOC too, but we'll keep an eye out and see if, you know, the UK can take it. I think the coalition has enough time. They can definitely take this still. However, oh my gosh, no, they are losing. What's in here? I mean, this one's really hard to take because they have to run to the courtyard and they get shot as they're running in. So maybe they're going to wait for reinforcements. I don't know. Oh, they did take one of them, and that is this one. So they're going to hold that. The French are going to have a tough time trying to push up. In fact, they're going to make a last desperate stand. Heavy cav going in against the 7-pointer. So it's going to all be up to this UK. Can they, you know, take this other one? Or will it be an LOC draw? I don't know if they can do it, you know? The UK's probably waiting for their friends routing to get away so they don't have that round debuff, but there's not enough time left. There's 3 minutes. They have to go for it. Just go for it. Just go for it. Like, what's the worst that can happen? Charge this unit right here. Send one into the house, one to shoot, or I don't know, something. But, I mean, either that or you just... Oh, their 30 morale's already tanking. Ooh, France is just going straight for it. They could win this battle if they take this. We have some brave Prussians ready to stand in their way. The general right behind to inspire his men to some great feat of willpower here. Oh, I screwed up the sound by fast forward. There we go. It's back. We'll see. We'll see if they can take it. I don't know if they actually can. There's infantry behind them. I mean, I would actually go full on bayonet charge with another unit following quickly behind him. Let's fast forward just a little bit here. We don't need to be wasting on too much suspense. But you see Prussia's pushing even more and more troops here. You gotta go for it. You just have to. You don't have enough time. 30 seconds left. They should have gone for it sooner, in my opinion. Because they could take it by LSC victory. And they're not going to take the other one. There's 10 seconds. They're not going to take it in time. So a draw, technically. Now, I would say the coalition, I think, took the field when it came to winning. They definitely took the field. The French fell back and retreated. So in that respect, I think it was a coalition victory for the battle. For LOC, though, it was a draw, which is not a bad thing. You know, the French fell back and played strategically, and that's totally acceptable. And now you can see the Russia had some really nice kills with their cuirassier. Infantry didn't get tons of kills, but you know they did some work. Now, if you pull up the results here, you can see Riley 9-point Prussia with 1553 for the kills. Pan as Russia with 1131. You have Argens as the UK with 1314. And Wallstein as the other Prussia with 1048. I'm assuming he was the one who died against the 7-point Russia Sud. On the side, you have Brittany as a 9-point France Flanders with 990. You have Durham with 1029 as 11-pointer. You have Victor with 1164 as the 10-pointer. And then Monkey with 7 with this as a 7-pointer with 1201. So, hey, yeah, you know, I delivered what I promised. So, I hope you guys enjoyed that one. I really did enjoy watching it. So, thank y'all so much for joining me. You guys have a great rest of your day. Stay safe. And as always, I will catch you all in another video.